cruel forms of slavery were to be abolished and women were to be granted more rights, including inheritance rights. Equality for all, regardless of age, social status, or skin color, was considered the highest commandment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This equality extended not only to humans but also to all of Allah's creatures. Even camels were not only burdened excessively. At the core of these commandments was the worship of the one true God and the elimination of idol worship. These rules especially disturbed the wealthy merchants of Mecca as they threatened their commercial interests. The idols served as a source of income for them by attracting pilgrims. Furthermore, they were unwilling to give up their slaves, the slave trade, and their customs. Determined to cling to their old beliefs, they fought against the growing followers of Prophet Muhammad and did everything in their power to suppress his mission. The number of followers of the Prophet continued to grow steadily. Anyone who uttered the declaration of faith, I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, joined Islam, a religion emphasizing devotion, submission, and surrender to the will of Allah. Amidst daily conflicts and increasing tensions, this deeply displeased the idolaters. In their despair, they cast evil glances at the Prophet, and the believers disrespected them and even resorted to magic and sorcery, oblivious to the fact that their actions were immersed in emptiness and their superstition was leading them further astray. Nevertheless, the comfort of the Allah was always by the side of the Prophet and the believers. In response, Allah, through revelation, instructed the Prophet to seek refuge solely in Him. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of daybreak, from the evil of which He created, and from the evil of darkness when it settles, and from the evil of the blowers in knots, and from the evil of an envier when he envies. This is in Surah Al Falaq. Almost every event the Prophet faced, it was accompanied by revelation from Allah. Whilst these revelations were initially directed at the deniers, they transcended them, addressing the entire of humanity. By the time indeed mankind is in loss, except for those who have believed and done righteous deeds and advised each other to truth and advised each other to patience. In Surah 103. The idolaters have become so desperate that they propose an impudent, ruthless, and even absurd suggestion to the Prophet Muhammad. We have an idea. If you agree to worship our gods for a year, we will in turn worship your God for a year. Then both sides will be happy. The response came promptly as the archangel Jibreel swiftly brought the words of Allah to the Prophet. Allah, the Almighty, instructed the Prophet to say, Say, O disbelievers, I do not worship what you worship, nor are you worshippers of what I worship, nor will I be a worshipper of what you worship. Nor are you worshippers of what I worship, nor will I be a worshipper of what you worship, nor will you be worshippers of what I worship. For you is your religion, and for me is my religion. The Prophet's determination and the marvelous simultaneously poetic words that he recited in unforeseen situations increasingly perplexed the idolaters. Clearly, the confusion instilled doubt into them about the idols. However, they persisted in their stubbornness and greed, continuing to close their eyes to the truth. Amid heated discussions, one day a group of idolaters asked Prophet Muhammad for a miracle to convince them of the truth of the message. I'll leave you here for your mindillah. Just come to the next episode as I will talk to you about the way a miracle had happened that had convinced them. Astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.